Hello everybody, welcome to the Comic Game Movie Show. My name is Deshaun and today I'm here to talk about the recent cancellation of both Ava DuVernay, hope I said her name correctly, New Gods, and what's his faces? And the Trench movie, by James Wan. Yeah, I don't forget his name, James Wan, and James Wan's is the Trench movie. One of these movies I thought was a stupid idea to begin with. Like, the Trench movie, I wasn't down for anyways. I was like, why do I care about... They're not even side characters. They're ancillary characters. That's like making a movie about an Ewok. No, correction. Ewoks were memorable. That would be like making a movie about, like, the fucking lowest tier droid. Not like bad, like I'm talking about, that'd be like making a movie about the the mouse droid, the sweeper droid. You know what I mean? That'd be like making a movie about that. That'd be like making a movie about a womp rat, dude. Like, it never made any sense to me. I was like, who gives a fuck? Why would you do that? Why would you want to do that? But I digress. I thought the Trench was stupid anyways. But Ava DuVernay's New Gods was supposed to not only was this a movie that she took because she turned down Black Panther, which would go on to not only be the most successful, single movie in the MCU, go on to be the highest rated comic book movie of all time on Rotten Tomatoes, and the first comic book movie to ever get nominated for Best Picture from Ryan Coogler. So, you're out there. She directed A Wrinkle in Time, which by all accounts was a turd on legs. I never watched A Wrinkle in Time. I didn't care for it, so I never watched it. Maybe I will one day. And then you hear about New Gods. And right around the time New Gods got announced, Eternals got announced. And everyone said, oh, this isn't a response. This is clearly a response to Ava's New Gods, which is like, okay, maybe it is, but which one's going to come out first? Eternals almost finished filming 2 years ago. And I haven't heard anything about this. But the bigger fucking news to me is that some people are surprised about this. The thing that's happened, the worst thing that has happened over COVID is like, people have lost perspective on things because of what happened in the movies, how so many movies got moved around, so many stuff got pushed back, the fact that Marvel can't really put out product in the theaters the way they used to be able to, so things have kind of got lost in translation. But before the pandemic, it was pretty well known that everything that DC did, you took with a grain of salt. You took it with a grain of salt because you never knew what the hell, when they say they announced, like, that's the thing. When I saw this whole people talking about, we announced some stuff, I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, Josh on Den of Nerds, like, literally during the last summer, when he would go on and on about, oh, DC's gonna do this, oh, DC's, I'm like, when are you gonna learn? They've announced a shit ton of stuff. Meanwhile, they announced a Black Hawk movie, which is supposed to be a World War II style, like, aerial, kind of like some Star Wars, but old school World War II planes, like style, movie about, superhero Black Hawk, like a World War II superhero, kind of like Captain America, directed by Spielberg. But Spielberg's working on this. And no one's heard about it. Same thing with these two movies that just got canceled, The Trench and the New Gods. No one had heard anything about it. Same thing. Like, the thing about it is, like, I am shocked, genuinely shocked that that goddamn, not Shazam, Black Adam's coming out. I am shocked that Black Adam's happening. Black Adam has to only be happening because of The Rock. It has to only be because of The Rock. Because there's no way. Because there was a whole 2-year chunk of time that you heard nothing about Black Adam. And then it's like, all right, we're doing Black Adam. And they just like kicked it in hyper gear. I'm like, that has to be because of The Rock. And that's the only thing I can think of. Because everything else is like, we'll see. Like the thing is like, that's why I'm always battling with these DC people. I'm like, what the fuck are you so excited about? You don't even know if it's gonna happen. Put it this way, the MCU has the only time the MCU hasn't done a movie that they announced was Inhumans. And that was because Ike Perlmutter and goddamn Jeff Loeb stole it from him because in that whole battle for control, they were like, well, fine, we'll take Inhumans. And they took it and made that the worst Marvel property in the last 20 years. I will stand by that. Okay, mate. Okay, yeah, man, yeah, worst Marvel property in the last 20 years. I'll stand by that. Okay, maybe not the worst Marvel property, but one of the worst Marvel properties ever produced. Anywho, top 5 at the least. Maybe it's 5, but it's in there somewhere. Maybe not 1 or 2, but it's in there. But, you know, it's Inhumans. And so technically, that still happened. The MCU has never announced anything. Marvel Studios has never announced a single thing that you did not think you were not going to get. You know what I mean? Like, it never crosses your mind. Like, it never crosses your mind that this project is not going to happen. When DC announces shit, I get flabbergasted. I'm amazed. I'm just like, when I see people so excited, I'm like, why? You don't know if it's gonna happen or not. You don't know. Yeah. Zack Snyder and some people who have talked about that they got a new Superman in the works, but we don't fucking know now, do we? That shit can drop. I mean, it's impossible to tell with DC. It's impossible to tell with Warner Brothers. You know, with DC in particular, it is because they keep announcing this stuff and not actually doing it. But like I said, I'm not shocked. Ava DuVernay, from all accounts, is a great director, but I just don't know if she can handle a big budget. Like, she hasn't shown that she can handle the massive budget. The only time she had a massive budget was Wrinkle in Time, and from what I've heard from the reviewers that I trust, that she can't handle a budget of that size. So it made me wonder, can she handle a budget of this size? And, you know, we shall see. It's sad to see, because it seemed like she really had a thing like she was going to do in, I don't know too much about the New Gods. As I say, I'm not too big of a DC person. Like, literally, most of the things I know about DC comes from video games, comic books. No, not comic books. I don't read the comic books. From video games and cartoon shows. Video games, cartoon shows, and like watching Death Battle when one of them pop up. Or, you know, just in life, talking to someone, learning information from here to here from people. But personally, I don't have any, like, personal, like, I pick up the books and I know the books, you know, like I do with Marvel, where I can, like, tell you some shit. You know, I can tell you some shit about Marvel. I'm not that personable with DC, so I don't really know the New Gods. To be fair, I didn't know the Eternals either. I didn't know the Guardians of the Galaxy and Marvel, so it is what it is. But I just don't know them. So I'm like, there's a part of me that's sad, and then there's another part of me that's like, you know, like, maybe it would have been great, maybe it would not have been great. But all I know is this is just normal DC shenanigans, dude. This is normal DC behavior. This is normal Warner Brothers behavior. Like, you know, they just cancel shit. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they cancel that Black Hawk movie. See, you don't even remember it. They canceled that Batgirl movie that Joss Whedon was working on. They canceled that Nightwing movie. Deathstroke was supposed to have a movie that never happened. Not Green Lantern. Goddamn, Cyborg was supposed to have a movie that has already come out. Ben Affleck's Batman. Like, there's so many. Like, DC is like half of the things they announce don't actually happen. Where it's like they don't actually come to the light of day, and it's just because they don't know what the fuck they're doing over there. They have no clue which way they want to go. They're just you know, they're chicken with their heads cut off. They just kind of go, we don't know. It's the sole reason why I wish they didn't do the Snyder Cut crap and just rebooted the whole thing. It's the reason why I'm against the Snyder Cut, because I just want them to just reboot the whole thing. Just reboot it from scratch, dude. Just reboot it from scratch. Bring in new talent. Bring in new people. And, you know, just bring in someone who has a vision. A reasonable vision that most people will be on board on, unlike Snyder, which was a vision that people were going to be divided by. You know, if you need 4 hours to tell a compelling thing, then you just suck. Anywho's. Okay, that's not entirely true, but still. But the thing about it is, like it's still a divisive thing, and like, just get a vision, just get a guy, or just go back to doing what you were doing before. I think they had something going with that movie by movie thing. Just like, oh, we're gonna take it movie by movie and see how it goes. They had something going with that, and they fucked it up because they started thinking about the fucking, you know, they try to take advantage of the quiet that Marvel had, and it's back, and it just really hasn't, like, there was no need for all that. Just do the single movie thing and don't worry about a universe. because you guys can't do that. Anyways, what do you think about the Trench and the New Gods being canceled? Are you surprised? Comment below. Are you surprised? And if you're not, you're a smart person. Thank you guys for watching Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.